Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my inbox number 55 video where I show some new and second hand records that I bought over the past month or two. I'm really going to split this into three sections. The first section was a record fair I went to, the second section is a few new albums, and the third section is kind of all ABBA related. So starting off with the record fair, it was the first one I went to since before the pandemic. And to be honest, I was a bit disappointed. There was only about 4 or 5 different vendors, and they were the same ones with the same stock and not a lot of change. Maybe I'm just I've got too much in my collection. I'm not really looking for anything, but I did end up with a few items and a couple of CDs. Firstly, 2 LPs I bought. Season of Glass by Yoko Ono, and this was extremely cheap, so I thought why not. I heard it's actually quite good, and it is quite good. The music is good. Her singing is dreadful though. Even when she tries to sing, I just don't think she's very good. It's almost better talking, but it's a decent album, and it's well produced and it's a good sound. But yeah, it's the voice that gets me, but still I enjoyed it. The second one I got, and I've never had anything by this duo before, and I saw it. I still haven't played it. It's the very best of, is it Jan and Dean or Jan and Dean? I think this is like sort of second-rate Beach Boys type stuff. I do know the song Little Old Lady from Pasadena. That's the only one I know. But I'll probably give this one a spin today. But this was as cheap as chips, so it was. It was very inexpensive. So I thought, yeah, why not? Go for it. Those are only 2 vinyl albums I bought, but I did get a couple of singles, 4 in fact, and the first one, and I bought it just because it was in the picture sleeve, is Bruce Springsteen, The River, and I've never actually seen this in picture sleeve before. I remember when it was out in 1981, but I think it was only a plain sleeve, so yeah, pleased to pick that up. The next one is Donovan and Colours, and this is a fantastic song. I don't think this is the correct pie sleeve for it. This is a 70s one, and Colours is from about 1965, but a brilliant song. And then a picture sleeve with one of my favourite Bob Dylan 80s songs, and it's Tight Connection in My Heart, from the not so great Empire Burlesque, but I do love that song, and I've never seen that in picture sleeve before. And lastly, Dad to My 60s Rolling Stones collection, Honky Tonk Women, and the B-side of this is You Can't Always Get What You Want. I must check if that's the editor's version or not. I have played the A-side and it sounds really good for a 1969 single. That was it for the vinyl on that record fair, but I did look through a few of the CDs, and there was a bit of a sale on. These were £2 each, 3 for a fiver, so I bought 3. And the first one is Genesis Turn It On Again, The Hits, which is decent enough for the car. The second one is the Pet Shop Boys Pop Art, which is a double greatest hits album. Again, only £2, 3 for a fiver. And the third one was a bit of a pickup actually. It's David Bowie's Changes one, but it's on the RCA label. This is the first issue from around 1985. I don't have any of his RCA CDs at all. And a few years ago this here was going for about 30 or 40 pounds. Now it's only £2. I don't know if it was mislabeled or whatever, and I don't know if it's still expensive, because most CDs are worth nothing these days. But really good to get. Never heard it before on the RCA CD. Initially I heard way back that these were terrible pressings, and then everybody changed their mind, saying they were the best sounding ones of the lot. I played it, it sounds grand, not a lot of difference, but nice to have. Okay, I got a few new albums all by the same band. I'm delighted that these have been issued on vinyl, and we have Sparks, Balls, and this is their 2000 album, and this is actually really good, and it sounds great in vinyl as well. It's a gatefold, and it is actually a double album. Let me see, I'll take one of them out. So, no, it's a very strong album. It's quite dancey, but this is one that has grown on me as well. It's just on ordinary black vinyl. Yeah, I'm glad that they're now issuing these on vinyl. and there's two more to come in June, which I've already ordered. But these first three, it's great to have. The second one is Little Beethoven. They're a very critically acclaimed album from 2002, and yeah, nice inner as well with the lyrics. And the third one, and this is a beautiful set, and it is Hello Young Lovers from 2006, and this is a gatefold and it is a double album as well, and we'll take one of them out. And again, lyrics and nice picture. So great to get them. They sound good, really good. And the two that are being issued next month are Exotic Creature from the Deep and The Seduction of Ingmar Bergman, which means the only one that I won't have on vinyl, and I'm not worried about it, is Plagiarism, which is not the best of albums. Okay, going on to the ABBA stuff, and another new album, and this time it's from Agnetha. I've been buying all her vinyl albums, and this is a compilation from around 1979, and I got the reissued treatment, and it's really nice. And it's on coloured vinyl, a nice sort of swirly orange vinyl. The reason I bought this is a compilation of her 1960s material, which I have now got all the vinyl albums of, but there's one song off this that's not on any of those albums, and it's her version of I Don't Know How to Love Him. Now I have Frida singing it, I didn't have Agnetha singing it, and I wanted Agnetha singing it, so I bought the album. But you do get a poster, and it's an absolutely beautiful poster if I can get this. So, absolutely stunning picture of Agnetha. So great to have, and it adds to the collection. Okay, we'll go through some of the singles then that I bought recently. And I managed to find at a reasonable price, slipping through my fingers, which is a Japan picture disc from 1981. And you know, it's Coca-Cola promoted it. I've seen this about in record magazines and so forth before, but I finally got a really good minty copy of it, so delighted about that one. And then Frida, and I managed to find Come to Me I Am Woman with the B-side Slowly, written by Bjorn and Benny, which is really, really good, excellent song. Then what I actually did was I bought some picture sleeves. Now these are, I've got these from Sweden. They were cheap, well they were a few pound each, and the postage was very cheap because there's no records in them. And I think they're custom made sleeves for Agnetha's 60 singles that didn't have picture sleeves. So I'm not going to say the name of these because I'll be going Drum och Saga Nia Ord is one of them, so I don't know. But they're absolutely gorgeous sleeves with gorgeous glossy pictures of Agnetha, and there's about 7 of these, and I couldn't resist them. In fact, they're all front and back exactly the same. So whoever designed these done a really, really good job, and yeah, really pleased to get them. So this is probably taking collecting to the limit, and the very red one there. So delighted to get those. I also managed to pick up a couple of Gemini singles, both songs written by Bjorn and Benny. Another Me, Another You, or Another You, Another Me actually, from their debut album. Mino, which is the Swedish version of Mio My Mio, from their second album, Geminism. And then a few albums. Now these are all Svenne and Lotta albums. Now Svenne and Lotta were on the Polar label as well with ABBA, and ABBA wrote some songs for them. One especially, which I'll come to. But this is Svenne and Lotta 2, including Bang a Boomerang. Now Bang a Boomerang, the recording of this I think was done for the Swedish Eurovision entry and didn't win. And the backing of this is I think exactly the same as the ABBA version. It's not a bad version. The vocals are very, very good, but they're not Frida and Agnetha. But this also has a version of Dance While the Music Still Goes On, which is quite good. When You Walk in the Room, there's also Dream Lover, Chapel of Love, Glad All Over, so big hits of the day. But there is a Bjorn and Benny song called Roly Poly Girl, which is rather politically incorrect these days. But it is actually the song Cara Gamla Sol, which is on their Leica album, but it's sung in English. So I've actually heard one of those songs now sung in English, and it's an enjoyable album. I do enjoy it. So Svenne Lotta 2. The one I really wanted from Svenne Lotta is this one here, Letters, and the reason being is this is the one that features the song Funky Feet. Now Funky Feet is like a disco-y type song, and it was written around the time of Arrival and didn't manage to get on Arrival, and it was given to Svenne Lotta, and I really do enjoy it. Other songs here include Till I Kissed You, which is the Everly Brothers song, but they do a very good version of He's Got Magic, the Kenny Young song. Now if you don't know who Kenny Young is, he was in the band Fox, and He's Got Magic was on the Fox debut album, and it's a fantastic song. Again, not a bad album. And then the third, Svenne Lotta, and this one is Med Hep Stars 1966 to 1968. I don't know much about this. It was released in 73. Were these recorded in 66 to 68? I don't know, or are they just Hep Star songs from that period? But again, there's quite a few Bjorn and Benny songs on this, as well as some of Benny on his own and other collaborators. Let It Be Me, another Everly Brothers song, is on here, and it is quite good. Again, it's not a bad album, and it's good to hear the songwriting of Bjorn and Benny from the 60s, and some of it is actually in English as well. For example, Sunny Girl, the Benny Andersson song, is in English, which is good to hear. Okay, so that's Svenne Lotta, Med Hep Stars 66 to 68. Those three Hep Stars albums came from Sweden at a very low postage rate, which was great. And the last ABBA related album, and it's ABBA Our Way by Nashville Train, and all this is instrumentals done in the mid-70s by I think some of the actual ABBA band. So you have Ring Ring, Why'd It Have to Be Me, I Do, I Do, I Do, People Need Love, Honey Honey, I've Been Waiting for You, along as Another Town, Another Train, Fernando, Hasta Mañana, I Am Just a Girl, Waterloo, plus one other song I'd never heard of, which is Please Change Your Mind. And this was only £4, and it didn't come from abroad, it came from England. It's okay, it's one of those albums you'll listen to once and you probably never listen to it again, or you would play the Please Change Your Mind to keep familiarising yourself with the tune and see if it is actually one of those old Bjorn and Benny songs that were sung in Swedish, but I'm not too sure if it is or not. So yeah, it's okay. ABBA Our Way, Nashville Train. Okay, so that's my Inbox 55. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.